In this video, I'm going to describe what PageFour is and how it works. I'll be running through a sample project and outlining some of PageFour's many features. The free edition can be downloaded and installed from the download page of softwareforwriting.com. Let's get started by double-clicking the PageFour icon on the desktop. This is the main PageFour window, and this is exactly what you will see the very first time you open PageFour. A familiar word processor fills the body of the screen, and a navigation or organizational area occupies the left sidebar. The word processor is designed for creative writers. It contains all of the common formatting options such as bold, italic and underline, as well as font and paragraph settings. What it doesn't contain is any of the more business or academic options such as tables or graphs. PageFour opens in a tabbed interface, which means you can have as many pages or documents open as you wish. These tabs are at the bottom of the main window. PageFour is structured around notebooks, folders and pages. A notebook can contain as many folders and pages as you wish, and how you structure each notebook is entirely up to you. For example, you could create a new notebook for each novel you're working on, and inside each notebook have a folder for character information, a folder for your first drafts, and a folder for notes and outlines. Or you might decide to create a notebook for short stories, and inside that notebook have a series of folders, one for each story. A PageFour page is basically a document. You may decide to have a page for each chapter in your book, or you could have a page for each scene. You decide what a page means and how it will be used. The first time you open PageFour, it will be filled with 2 sample notebooks and a few sample folders and pages. In the screenshot you're looking at, the currently open notebook is called My Notebook, and a single page within that notebook, called PageFour, is open. What I'm going to do now is show you how to import your existing work into PageFour so that you can continue working on it. Let's assume that your novel is called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. We'll start by creating a new notebook by right-clicking in the Notebooks list and selecting New Notebook. We'll call the new notebook Wizard of Oz. And there we are, a brand new and empty notebook called Wizard of Oz. When you start using PageFour, most of your work will probably be somewhere else. You might have folders full of Microsoft Word documents or text or RTF files. So the first thing you should do is import that work into PageFour. Click on the green Import button on the toolbar and up pops the Document Importer. This dialog is very simple to use. The left panel presents you with a few options regarding the type of documents you are about to import and precisely which PageFour notebook you would like to import them into, while the middle and right sections of the dialog allow you to locate and select the documents on your computer. PageFour does not make any changes to the documents you select. All it does is copy them into its own folder and convert those copies into rich text files that can be opened and edited within PageFour. So you never need to worry that PageFour will damage your existing work. You can select an entire folder of documents to import, or you can multi-select a few documents. Here you can see that I've selected the folder called Wonderful Wizard of Oz that is on my K drive. This means that I will be importing every file and subfolder within that folder. That includes the chapters and notes folders and all of the documents that they contain. Now I'm selecting the new Wizard of Oz notebook that I created earlier, because this is the notebook that I want to import my work into. Clicking the Import button at the bottom of the dialog will run the import process. And there they are, all of my Word documents copied into PageFour, ready for me to start work on. There are 2 folders called Chapters and Notes, and 5 files that I use for character descriptions. All of these files and folders are sorted alphabetically, but PageFour allows you to rearrange these files in any order you wish. For example, I like to have folders at the top and loose pages or files below them. So I'll just drag the Chapters folder all the way to the top, like so. And I'll do the same with the Notes folder, like so. Individual pages can be moved in the very same way. So, let's create a new folder for all those loose pages about my characters by right-clicking and selecting Add Folder, or by clicking on the Add Folder button on the toolbar. Simply type in the folder name and click OK. Adding a new page works in the very same way. And there's my new folder called Characters. What I want to do now is move all those loose character pages into the folder. I could do this by dragging and dropping, which I showed you earlier, but sometimes it's easier to cut and paste. Most of you will be familiar with cut and paste operations from other software, and PageFour's cut and paste works in just the same way. I select all of the loose pages, open the right-click menu and select Cut, or use the Ctrl+X shortcut key. Select the Characters folder, and Paste. Paste is also on the right-click menu, or you could use the standard Ctrl+V shortcut, and that's it. All of those pages have now been moved. This is all there is to structuring your work. You create folders for whatever you wish, and you add pages to those folders. How you structure your work, you decide. You can drag and drop your pages and folders to move them around, cut and paste if you prefer doing things in that way, or even copy and paste to create copies of your work. The PageFour word processor, though very simple and straightforward, does contain some of the extras that we've all come to expect from word processors. It has a live spell checker. That's when a squiggly red line appears under words that have been misspelled, and it has a word counter that tells you how many words you've written. To switch on the spell checker, click on the spelling menu and select live spelling. You can also switch live spelling on and off by using the F8 shortcut key. Now you can see the familiar red underlining of misspelled words. My UK dictionary is switched on, which is why colour is underlined. Next, open the Tools menu and select Word Count to open the Word Count dialog. And here it is, 1144 words in Chapter 1 of The Wizard of Oz. If you select a folder in the notebook tree, you can calculate a combined word count for every page in that folder by opening the right-click menu and selecting Folder Word Count. Very useful for working out how many words you've written in your novel. Searching through PageFour to find something you've misfiled or forgotten about is very simple. You open the search bar, Ctrl+F, or by clicking on the search button, type in what you are looking for, and decide whether you wish to search the open page, the entire open notebook, or every page in every notebook. You are then presented with a list of pages that contain the search for phrase, and all you have to do is double-click to jump immediately to that page. There are a number of options within PageFour that allow you to extract your work. You may want to make a backup, send a copy to your editor, or simply share it with friends. You can export a single page or folder using the Save As option on the Notebook menu. You can export all of your notebooks at the same time from the Tools menu, and you can merge selected pages together and export the combined result as a single document. The screen you're looking at right now shows you the Merge Pages dialog, which allows you to choose which pages and in which order they are merged together. Merging pages does not change the original pages within PageFour. It simply makes a new, larger page that you can then export. All this talk of exporting might suggest that PageFour uses a proprietary format, but this is not true. All of your regular PageFour pages are stored within the data folder as RTF files, and these files can be opened and read by all major word processors, so you are never locked into using PageFour. The only exception to this is if you have chosen to password protect a PageFour page. Though PageFour is light on features and clutter, the presence of the notebook tree and toolbars can be distracting for some writers, which is where the All Off, All On switch comes in handy. Opening the View menu and clicking All Off or using the Ctrl+O shortcut key will close most of the side panels and toolbars of PageFour, freeing up more space for the word processor. It's not quite full screen, you still have access to the menu and tabs, but it does help to reduce distractions. If we click All On again, we're back to where we were before. I'm not going to talk about every feature of PageFour here, otherwise this video would run for 30 minutes, but I will quickly draw your attention to a few features that are located on the Tools menu. You can set up a password for PageFour and choose which pages are encrypted using that password. You can lock the software, forcing a user to enter the password to unlock it, ideal if you are leaving your desk for 10 minutes and don't want to close PageFour. You can export and import PageFour notebooks. This is often used to synchronize PageFour between two PCs. You can make archives and roll back to old archives or partial archives. You can take snapshots of the open page and roll back to or view earlier snapshots. You can run a scan of your work to identify overused words and phrases. And you can change many of PageFour's default settings, such as the location where your notebooks are stored, the background color of the word processor, the margins, the frequency that automatic updates are taken, as well as a lot of minor things that I won't go into. And that's it. PageFour is feature light. It's aimed at creative writers, not writers in general, so a number of options that academic writers might like, such as footnotes and embedded images, are not allowed. The free version, which can be downloaded from softwareforwriting.com, allows you to create 3 notebooks with 20 pages in each notebook. The licensed version has no such restrictions. So, if you like what you've seen and heard here today, download it and try it out. A full help file outlining every feature in detail comes with PageFour, and most common questions are answered on the FAQ page of the website. We do have some other free software available which might be of interest to writers. More details on these can be found on badwolfsoftware.com. And that's it. Enjoy PageFour and send us an email if you have any questions.